Ooh, it's the sort of smell that makes you want to try and spit it out.
Oh, damn it, it's all got on my chest.
We were told to come here.
Very welcome you are, Mrs. Shaw.
Indeed.
Oh, of course you two. What about your house?
Well, we've done what the policeman suggested.
Locked up and taken what we can carry.
Nothing more than a change of clothes, really.
And the Fighting Temeraire. That's a picture.
I know what the Fighting Temeraire is, Ernie Bishop.
You haven't seen Mrs. Walker, have you?
Not so far. Doesn't she know?
No, she's in the town shopping.
We managed to rescue a few of her folderols.
Rescue? Oh, that does sound dramatic, Mrs. Sharples, as if...
Look, there is no chance, Emily, of our house going up in smoke. Honestly, love.
Well, that's not what the policeman said, Ernest.
Oh, he was just trying to frighten us, to get us away, just to cover himself.
Yeah, of course he were.
We hope.
Yes, well, sandwich, cup of tea.
Well, them two over there.
WRBS, Mrs. Sharples. They've organised all this sort of relief centre, rest centre. Ernest and I just volunteered to help.
Something to do.
Take our minds off.
Yes. Sandwich?
No, not for me.
I don't feel hungry neither.
No, me, till I clap eyes on that Minnie Colwell.
She's not missing.
She's always missing. Mind you, she'll have left on her feet somewhere.
I rescued him from tongues of flame.
Really?
They say that there's a danger of the old street going up, you know.
Oh, no, how terrible.
Well, I've lived here since 1962. I moved here from Jubilee Terrace, you know. I don't know where I'd go if the street gets burnt down.
Well, you and a lot of others, love. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, you can get Bobby one.
Eh?
Oh, I bet he'd love a saucer of milk. I'm going to get you a medal, aren't I, Bobby? And I'm going to have it inscribed. Brave Bobby Caldwell, who went through fire and come out the other side.
Tracy, there's the remains of a pint in the fridge. Could you get a saucerful for Pussy? Don't go mad and use the Wedgwood. One for yourself.
You've got it very nice here, haven't you? Great improvement on the old inn. A very pokey that was. But I just think people are ruining these carpets, you know. Well, anyway, I'd like a milk stout if you don't mind.
I've always wanted to be alone with you, Mr. Barlow, under dramatic circumstances.
It's no joke, Gail. This time tomorrow we might not have any home to go to.
Yeah, me too. So what are you having?
Would I be greedy if I asked for a Bacardi and Coke? Well, I feel I need something strong after what we've been through.
You mean after what I've been through? You weren't trapped in a lavvy full of smoke.
I feel as if I have the way you keep going on about it.
Anyway, I'm going to have a stiff one, so we have 2 Bacardi and Cokes and a double brandy, please.
I hope everybody got out all right.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Oh, Mr. Corwell, what are you doing here?
Well, I didn't know where else to go, Ken. This is the nearest public house.
What is a Ranelagh room?
This is.
I'm none the wiser.
It was Sir Walter Ranelagh what played bowls with good Queen Bess on Plymouth Oak.
Eh?
Oh, hello. Great minds with but a single thought. It's terrible.
What's the latest?
Well, we were just told to get out, quick.
I never even got in, and Stan was only allowed in for a second.
Well, I was coming home for my dinner, you know, and that fella John Robertson broke his leg in the pits. You know.
Oh, yeah.
He said there was a car bomb in the street.
Oh, don't some folk exaggerate. No, you see, I come waltzing round the Rovers' Corner, and there's this police master in the way. Sorry, love, he says, you can't come up here. But I live here, I says. Yeah, well, he says, you might have to be getting your name down on the housing list, he says. Straight out, no attempt to wrap it up. Nearly curdled me.
2 Bacardis, 1 double brandy and 1 milk stout.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Ken. I'll have a pint.
Oh, and a light ale for me, Kenneth.
Aye.
Excuse me, have you got any food? Yes. Only you need something inside you, don't you, when you've had a shock? Thank you. I've left a beautiful home behind there, you know.
Oh, our little palace.
Oh, really? Hey, Stan, did you think to grab the club money off the sideboard?
Don't think I'd forget that, do you?
Oh, right, well, we'll have 2 soups and 2 of them steak balm cakes with onions, please.
Right.
I tell you what, love, I wish I'd never done that load of washing.
Never mind the washing. What about the house?
There's just one little word sustaining me, Chuck.
What's that?
Compensation. Oh, thank you. Now, come on, Robert, and have your dinner. He only gets Robert on high days and holidays. Do you like being a barmaid? You don't look like one.
No, most of the time I'm a dispensing chemist.
Oh, one of them that says, will you sit down and wait to come back later?
Yeah.
You're in one piece, then. Why, heck, I might have expected to find you in here.
Yes, Ina.
But it's a rest centre in Bessie Street, you know. Cups of tea and buns.
Yes, well, the reason I come on here was I knew that you'd show up sooner or later with it being licensed premises. It's very nice, isn't it?
Nice-ish.
Are you being served?
No. What exactly do you charge for milk stout with these gilded odds? Could you turn that noise down a bit?
Milk Coke starts at 17 pence, and I was going to turn it down anyway, because it's nearly time for the news on local radio.
It'll be a miracle if it's good news.
Hey, do you remember when Chip Shop used to let you have them bits that were all left at the bottom of the pan?
Scratchings.
Yeah, scratchings, that's what I feel like doing. Oh, I do feel scruffy.
Well, I think they should have given folk time to get the clobber together proper. I mean...
I don't know what Mrs Walker's going to say.
Do you know, I was surprised at the amount of rubbish she had myself, and I'm not much struck on this place.
Me neither.
What are you having, love?
Ah, that sounds a bit more like gold.
Another brandy len.
Yeah, me and all. I don't care if I do get drunk and kick somebody's ankle.
Considering it's mainly plastic, why do they call this the new old inn?
Because that's what it is, love. There used to be an old inn on this site, and Brewery built a new one.
Oh, aren't they clever, these breweries? Anything to sell ale?
Well, that's what you do, isn't it? Aren't you the barmaid at the Rovers?
Yeah, me and her. Why, do you want some help?
Oh, no, thanks. I've got all the help I need. My daughters.
Aren't they young? So fresh and natural.
Shut up.
Hey, Len, any more news?
Ah, they're still worried about the cylinders and the fumes, you know.
But there's nobody hurt or unaccounted for.
Well, they're not sure about that. Ivy Tilsley's still looking for Edna G.
Oh, what I meant to tell Ivy, the canteen manageress from across the warehouse says she saw her getting on a 34 bus home.
Oh, that's one relief.
Yeah, what about neighbours?
Pleasant, sir. Cauliflower here.
Right, well, Uncle Albert's visiting a crony. What about Jerry?
Ah, Jerry's out ferreting in the streets, see what he can find out. He's more worried about his bike than anything.
Blanche?
She's away, love.
Ernie and Emily?
Them two are up to their ears in charity, but it's in Bessie Street School.
Right, good. Well, that's everyone accounted for, then.
Oh, hello. Somebody said you were all in here. Do you know we haven't found Eddie yet? Oh, this is her husband, Fred.
Hello, yes, we've met, haven't we?
She's gone home, love. It's somebody saw getting on a bus.
She weren't there 10 minutes since, love. I've just come from...
Listen,
Police this
there's the
morning
news.
evacuated Coronation Street, Weatherfield, when a warehouse in the street caught fire. The premises, occupied by a mail order firm, are believed to be well alight. 30 firemen with 5 appliances are fighting the blaze, and 1 fireman has been injured. A fire brigade spokesman said there was also a danger from toxic fumes. An employee gave the alarm just after 10 o'clock, and workers escaped into the street. Some of them have been affected by smoke. Police evacuated the street just before lunch, and a relief centre for residents has been set up in a nearby school. In Stockport this morning, 39-year-old grandmother...
Didn't tell us now we don't know already.
No.
Hey, he hadn't said anybody hadn't been hurt.
Yeah, but he didn't say that anybody had.
Hey, what do you reckon I ought to do? Go back home?
Oh, I'll slip with you.
No, you hang on here, love, and in case she comes back, and if she does, give her a good hiding for me.
Oh, she's worried sick, and so am I, for that matter.
I hope it was her getting on that bus.
We always did geography in this room. I remember a poster Miss Lacey pinned up. Shall we journey to the Orient or Antarctica? You go to all this trouble. Wish I knew where everybody was.
I shall run down and see what's happening at home.
Yes, I wish you would, love. It's bound to be affected. I mean, already.
Oh, I suppose so. There was a lot of smoke.
A bit like the Blitz, I suppose. My Auntie Mary lost her home in the Blitz, you know.
Really?
She was down in a shelter. She wouldn't go back when they told her. No. I don't want to see it like that, she said. I'd rather remember it like it was.
Shan't be long. Hello, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, Ernest, is this Armageddon?
I'm just popping down to see what's happening.
Well, you'll find bedlam. Bedlam, pure and simple.
Yeah.
It is awful, isn't it, Mrs. Walker?
I had no idea. I could smell the smoke when I got off the bus, but I had no idea it was the warehouse.
Oh, we had much the same experience.
They wouldn't let me into the Rovers, you know. But I said, look, if you think I am leaving here without the niceties of civilization, you've got another thing coming. So I got all the toiletries out of the bathroom and put them in here, and I picked these up as well, more as a gesture than anything else. Policeman was standing at my very shoulder.
Oh, Bet and Mrs. Turpin managed to bring those.
Ah, faithful to the last. I wonder, dear, would you be good enough to put these into your safekeeping? They are rather precious to me. Models, you know. I shudder to think what I've left behind. Well, where is everybody? I understood this was where we were to report to.
Well, I really don't know, Mrs. Walker. I was expecting more of an influx.
Mm.
Actually, Bet and Mrs. Turpin did say that they preferred something stronger than tea by way of refreshment, and they've gone to the new old inn.
Oh, yes, quite nice, I suppose, if you like that sort of thing. Mock everything, including the beer, I shouldn't wonder. However, I'll have to go and reassure them, won't I? Tell me, who are the two ladies?
Top brass from the WRVS. They're in charge here. The stern one's Mrs. Holgate with the poodle from near the park. You know her, wrought iron gates. Husband a solicitor.
Oh, yes, of course I know Miss Holgate. Yes. I didn't recognise her in uniform. Well, I'd better be getting along, love.
Won't you have a cup of tea?
No, thank you, I don't think so. Keep up the good work. Soldier on. You've got a little gem in Mrs. Bishop, ladies.
Number 23, your food is up. Would you kindly come to the bar and claim it, please?
This district's turned into megaphone land overnight. Hug that animal much longer, you finish up with cat fever.
Oh, don't be daft, Tina. Bob is very healthy.
All right. You won't think like that when they put you in the isolation ward. I'm beginning to feel I'm there myself already. I wonder what this stuff is a charge of 17 pence for. It's got no substance in it. I like my milk stout nutty.
Hey, it's classy here, isn't it, Mrs. Sharples?
Yeah, it's all top show. There's no underfelt under this cap, I can always tell.
Oh, Mrs. Sharples, is anything ever right for you?
Not today, it isn't.
Excuse me, but I know you've been caught on the hop. Would you like to slip into the ladies and take your rollers out?
That's the way she always looks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So here you all are. I've been hunting high and low.
Have you been home yet, Mrs.
Well,
Walker?
just a flying visit. I mean, nobody's told me yet why we had to leave.
They're worried about an explosion in the warehouse.
No, there's nobody guarding anything, you know. Thieves, vandals, anyone could just walk in.
Oh, I think you'll find the police will keep an eye on things, Mrs. Walker.
Well, I sincerely hope so. How long will it be before they, what's the expression? Before they have the flames under control?
They don't seem to know.
It won't be long now, love.
Don't patronise me, Len. I can face the truth just as well as you can. I'm not a child. Well, I suppose I better say a formal hello to Mrs. Spencer.
Yeah. She's more upset than she's letting on.
But she's not the only one.
I can still taste that smoke.
Is your mother in, dear?
Who shall I say?
Mrs. Walker of the Rover's Return.
Oh, I am sorry for you, Mrs. Walker.
Thank you, dear, but I've no doubt we shall survive. Hello there.
Hello, Mrs. Walker. How are you, dear? Now, will you have a drink with me?
I wouldn't mind a very dry sherry.
One very dry sherry, Kim. Well, I seem to have pinched most of your trade, don't I?
Only temporarily, I assure you.
I hope so.
Well, they've certainly done you proud round here, haven't they?
Oh, cost brewery a bomb, I can tell you.
Suits the area, I suppose.
I couldn't agree with you more. Much too posh for your neck of the woods.
One sherry.
Thank you, dear.
Cheers. And let's hope you're back home in quick sticks.
I'm praying I shall be, Mrs. Spencer.
Hello, mate. Did you post everything?
Yeah.
Oh, you look like a man who needs a drink. What are you having?
I've just been down home.
How's it going?
Oh, it's just as bad.
Oh, Lord.
But that's not all. Just found 2 bodies.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Out of the way, please. Out of the way.
Take a sandwich if you'd like one. Right. Not been long, love? Oh, I've no idea. They just wandered in. Might as well give them a cup of tea as waste it. How was it round there?
Oh, still quite a lot of activity. Not quite so much smoke, though.
Oh, well, that's something. Perhaps they're making progress. What's the matter, Ernest?
It seems 2 people have been killed. At least...
Killed? Who?
I don't know.
Well, how can I prove it? No? Well, not on the phone. I am Len Fairclough, yeah. councillor, Len Fairclough. Look, it's not only my ward. I live in Coronation Street. Look, Sergeant, I'm not just being nosy. There are some people around here worried sick. They think it might be their relatives, friends, and it... Thank you. I'd be glad if you would. Let's see what I can find out.
Yeah, well, it can't be anyone in the street, anyway. No. My God, if that place gets wrecked, I hope they don't build anything else there. First Val, and now there.
Yeah, I'm still in. Are you sure? No, I mean, there can be no mistake. Right, thank you very much. Thank you, Sergeant.
Well?
One of them is Edna G.
I'll tell her if you like. We did all work together, didn't we?
Glad if you would. I'm not keen.
Oh, hello, Mr. Barlow. I bet you're not all that bothered about Wearhouse going up in smoke, are you? Not after what they did to you.
Ivy.
Yeah?
It's Edna.
What about her?
She's been found dead. In the warehouse.
Don't be daft.
True, I'm afraid.
Mrs. G. But how do you know, Mr. Barlow?
She's been found.
Yeah, but how do you know it's her?
Well, the police...
She was seen getting on a bus.
We are sure about this, Len, aren't we?
She was seen getting on a bus, Len.
Was her engagement ring a sapphire surrounded by little diamonds?
Oh. Oh, Edna. Oh.
Don't you think she'd be better out of here, Len? It is rather public.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Oh, but what about Fred?
No, don't worry. We'll see to it.
Leave it to us, Len. Come on, we'll take care of it. Come on, lovely. Come on.
What's up?
Well, apparently one of the victims was Mrs. G.
Oh, dear. Were they related? They were very good friends.
Oh, shut up, hey, Gail. Everybody's looking.
I had a row with her this morning. It can't have been all that long.
Here, have my hanky. I wonder who the other one was, besides Mrs. G.
A nice flop this has turned out to be.
Perhaps business will pick up when the pubs come out.
I have no doubt. Spoke too soon.
So this is where the free grub is, then?
Coffee, tea or milk?
Do I spy up a loady sandwich?
Well, in effect, it's potted meat.
No, I won't bother. With all these fumes about, I'm not very hungry.
Sorry, you haven't been evacuated, have you? I mean, I thought...
No, we came here because we heard there was free grub about.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Hello.
Let's have a cup of tea and we'll sit down.
Look,
Come on.
Ernie, I don't know if you know, but one of them that were killed were Edna G.
Oh, we did.
Well, we did think of taking Ivy home until it dawned on us that she'd be on her own. So we wondered if she could stop here for a bit while I go and see if I can find her husband. You see, he only works in Foster's foundry.
Oh, of course she can.
Good. Well, I won't be a jiffy.
Okay.
Oh, Mrs. G.
She wasn't going to have a perm she'd been saving up for tomorrow.
Oh, whoosh.
It's not fair, is it?
No, it isn't, lovely.
She's not done half the things she promised herself.
Well, very few people do, dear.
I blame myself, you know.
Now, don't be silly.
I do. I should have stopped. I knew she was going for a smoke. I should have stopped. Then she'd have been here by now.
But how were you to know, love?
Last words we spoke were mainly bitter as well.
Oh.
Just sure she done it. You shouldn't fall out with anybody, should you? You never know what's waiting.
Never mind, dog.
Fred. Oh, Fred, love.
Hello, Ivy, love. I just bumped into that barmaid, Bet, whatever she's called. She said you...
Oh, you know then.
Yeah, I already know. The police, they came and got me out of work.
Oh, Fred, I'm sorry you don't know how sorry I am.
I know you have.
I mean, sure you're wife, but you were my best mate.
Yeah.
Why?
Why anything, love? Why anything? I'll go get myself a cup of tea.
Did you have any children?
No.
Oh.
Just had
Bless him.
one another like me and my Jack.
Never mind, dog.
Where have you been?
I didn't fancy leaving the yard, not with all that wood.
Why, it's 2 streets away.
I know, but well, you can smell the smoke from here, can't you?
Now, we're thinking about Edna G and her husband and how flimsy life is. I mean, what if it had been you they brought out of there? I mean, they couldn't have expected it, her or her husband. You know, one minute there's a marriage and next minute there's just a fella there on his own. Do you know, love, if it happened to one of us, I don't think I'd want to go on.
Which one of
I'm
us?
serious.
It's not going to happen to us, love.
How do you know?
It's not going to happen to us.
Egg and bacon, all right.
Yeah, great.
More tea, ladies?
Ooh, perhaps up in the morning, it'll be coming out of my ears. It's already coming out of mine.
Is nobody going to tell us anything? Do they know that the street is inhabited, that those houses aren't always empty?
I don't think they do, Mrs. Walker. Oh, they just don't care.
That's nearer the truth.
Oh, I'm sure somebody'll be along to tell us something, Mrs.
Well, shall I go
Walker.
down there again?
Well, it seems little point, love. I mean, we know the fire is virtually out.
We're just waiting for officialdom.
Pardon?
I said we're waiting for officialdom to make up its mind.
And treating us like derelicts in the process.
Well, if you ask me, I think we're here for the night. Oh, don't be daft. Why should we be? I just think we are.
Well, I'm certainly not here for the night. Either I sleep in my own bed tonight, or I shall want to know the reason why.
I can't wait to see you stretched out on a straw palliasse, Sonny Walker.
In the modern vernacular, Mrs. Sharples, no chance.
Good afternoon.
Well, what's the job down there?
It's not too good.
Oh, come on. Stop beating about the bush and tell us the worst.
Well, we've been to see the fire officer in charge.
He's been into all the pros and cons.
And he's come to the conclusion that it would not be safe for us to return home tonight.
Ridiculous.
Oh, here. I mean, I'd sooner go home and chance it. I don't fancy leaving my house unattended all this time. I mean, me and Stan have got a very nice home together there. Well, there's vandals.
I agree with Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, well, that's something new.
Well, I think I do, too. I wouldn't want to get hurt, but Bobby'll already have gone back there if I know him.
Well, that would be our decision too, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I think we've been absent long enough.
Hang on. Why do they say we shouldn't go back, Kenneth?
Well, they're still worried about the fumes.
Yes, but more seriously, they don't reckon those liquid gas cylinders will be safe for at least 24 hours. But in any case, it's all academic.
Oh, well, in that case.
How do you mean academic, Kenneth?
Because they won't let us go back.
Can they stop us?
Half a dozen brawny coppers good.
Yeah.
Well, that's that.
Oh, I hope my wandering Bobby's all right.
What about your home?
Oh, well, you can build up bricks and mortars, but you can't Bobby.
He's supposed to have 9 lives, isn't he?
Well, what are we supposed to do, Len? Where do we sleep?
Oh, I'm sure the WRVS can organise that.
WRVS.
I can see you on that straw palliasse yet, Annie Walker.
Hey, love, I've been thinking. With my mum being away, we could put 1 or 2 people up down in her place.
Yeah, I suppose we could.
Yeah, Len, for instance, and, Ken.
You want me to go and ask them?
Yeah, why not? That's if they've not found anywhere else already. Hey, and not too many, mind. We don't want place crowding out. It's not that big.
Well, we've been on the phone.
And?
Well, there doesn't seem to be any provision for an overnight situation.
And we can't find anybody with the authority to do anything.
We're terribly sorry.
I wonder what the Red Rec's like at night. They put some forms on it, haven't they?
I think it's an absolute outrage. And I'm sorry, Emily and Ernest, but I do think you must share a great deal of the responsibility. I really do. If you must indulge in good works, at least get them right.
Where are you going?
To do what I should have done long since, look after number 1.
Oh, dear.
Do you think I should go to the police?
We'll have to do something.